Hi, my name is Nick Riley. I'm here with Jax Cordes and Brennan B. Today we're going to be answering questions and reflecting on our NIL reporting process. So, Brennan, what was the most challenging part of your role and why?
Well, I did the man on the street interviews, and the most challenging part was just going up to people and asking them to answer questions, because it was hard to find people who were both willing to take time out of their day to answer their questions and that knew enough about NIL to give me enough for the 15-second clips. So that's just the most challenging part, is finding the right people to do it.
Cool. And what was something that you learned through the process of reporting on the story?
What I learned is that NIL is a lot more complex than I thought it was in the first part. I thought it was just like colleges giving athletes money, but there's a lot more background stuff that goes on that I didn't know existed before we did the project.
And Jax, what was the most challenging part of your role and why?
For me, I would say the most challenging part was actually trying to set up an interview with my expert source. He does work for the Duke football team, and he's looking for other internships or considering going back to the same company he worked at. So he's just been very busy, and it's been tough to get him to get a Zoom. But once we did, it was pretty easy.
Great. And what was something that you learned through the process of reporting on the story?
One thing I learned is that a lot of the players actually have their own clothing brands that they'll start to try and make some of their own money. They'll either just resell other clothes, or they'll try and design some of their own, and they'll use their name and popularity to make some of their own money outside of sports.
In terms of myself, I would say that the most challenging part of my role was finding a unique and sophisticated angle on the story of NIL, as it's been reported on many, many times in the last year, and finding a different area of expertise or different places to put information on this story was something that was challenging for me. To expand on that, it definitely was a learning process to find out all the different details about NIL and how they affected players now and in the future, and sort of gauging the public's opinion on that. And yeah, that's our NIL story. Thank you for listening.